Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Spotlight interview with OC Habitats. Today we have ongoing intern Faith with us, and we're going to dive down into getting to know her a little more regarding her position with OC Habitats. So let's get started. Thank you for joining us today, Faith. Our first question for you today is, what is your educational and or work background?
Thank you so much for having me. So, my education or work background, I just graduated from Cal State Long Beach with a bachelor's in geography, and I did GIS, which stands for Geographic Information Systems or Science. And at CSULB, being a geography major, I was really exposed to a lot of environmental and sustainability issues within both human and wildlife communities. Yeah, so that's my background.
How long have you been with OC Habitats, and what originally brought you to them?
So I have been with OC Habitat since February, so about like 6-ish months ago. I found out about OCH through one of my professors who sent out an email saying that OCH is still hiring for interns, and I applied for that, and now I'm here.
All right, thank you, Faith. And next question we have is, what moment in your life made you want to protect the environment? And this can be a childhood story, an OC Habitat story, or any other type of story you want to connect to your desire to protect the environment.
I think my desire to protect the environment like stems from a really young age because I was watching a lot of nature docs with my dad, specifically from like Animal Planet or like Discovery Channel or Nat Geo, like the common ones.
Mhm.
And I really, really liked polar bears when I was young. And I remember watching this documentary about polar bears about how they're gonna like disappear and the ice is breaking away. I felt so sad. And I think that was the point where I wanted to start doing something, yeah, for the environment.
I see. All right. Thank you so much for that. Um, our next question here is there a person that has influenced you in your environmental activism, either historical, personal, or political?
I think the person who influenced me the most was a professor, which I took her class last semester, and she taught sustainable cities. She is Dr. Christine Jacoy. I
Mhm.
think that like, yeah, she really like changed my direction, like focused my direction in which focus that I want to go to. And I really like learned a lot about sustainability in her class. Yeah. Yeah, I really like her.
Well, I'm glad you had that in your life then to help to influence you with environmental activism. That's really cool. And our next question, we have how would you describe OC Habitats and its work in Orange County?
I would describe OC Habitats as a really hands-on environmental nonprofit. Like we do monitoring, restoration, education, and outreach. And I feel like that's a really good place for people who want to start doing something for the environment. Like people can volunteer with them or like sign up for an or apply for an internship. Yeah, I think it's just a really like good and small organization that does a lot for the environment.
Aside from OC Habitats, how do you engage in environmental activism in other parts of your life?
Mm, I would say most of it is was in school. Yeah, in school I was really, and I'm still like really huge on ending environmental racism, and I'm really keen on the topic of environmental justice. And yeah, and I feel like that's a having, I don't know, how do I say this? Like having the environment being so accessible to a lot of people can show them like what we are protecting, like what a lot of people in the environmental sector are protecting. Yeah. And also, I'm not sure if this counts as environmental activism, but I just recently started gardening and growing my own food with my housemate. Yeah, that's really exciting. And I have been also like helping other friends who want to start growing their own food. And I feel like that's a really like good way, it's like really small but good way to break out of the conventional food cycle, which produces like a lot of gases like food waste and loss.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would consider that definitely environmental activism because it's sustainable, right? It's
Hmm.
food that you're growing just for you to consume and for you to give back. Okay. And our next question, we've got a few more here. What are you focused on here at OC Habitats? Can you tell us a little bit about a project that you're currently working on or one that you are particularly proud of?
Um, what I do here, I mostly do like environmental restorations and education and outreach through mostly through like blog articles and a snowy plover video project that I'm doing with one of the other interns. Yeah, I think the mo work that I'm most proud of is restoration because I really, really enjoy myself when I'm working in the field, and I feel like that has I don't know, like encouraged me to like pull out weeds better, like pull out a lot of invasive plants. Yeah.
Our last question here. Thank you again, Faith. We're going to wrap it up soon. What have you learned so far throughout your volunteering slash internship experience? So can you tell us a little bit of what you've learned so far in the last 6 months with us?
Okay, I have learned a lot. I have learned about how to talk to kids. Like I'm still working on that one, but I know OC Habitats does a lot of like work in elementary school, middle school, and with like some high schoolers. And I'm learning like so much about marine creatures, especially on our tide pool hikes at Little Corona Del Mar. And I had the pleasure of doing one myself. I don't think I was that good, but I did like learn a lot from the staff and interns and Ginny who gave me a lot of advice like along the way. Yeah.
Okay. With that, that wraps up our interview. I want to say thank you to everybody who got a chance to watch this interview, and thank you to Faith for joining us and taking the time to be interviewed by us. And thank you for all the hard work that you do with OZ Habitats. And with that, we will wrap it up, and we'll see everyone in the next spotlight interview. So thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.